Make sure you've got your lovely music on in the background to keep your mind able to listen to something and focus on your body. So semi-supine is knees bent up, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, arms down by your side. If you need to, just give your head a little bit of a stretch at the neck to find some length. And then feel your shoulders nice and heavy into the mat, your pelvis heavy into the mat. You should feel the back and sides of your ribs heavy on the mat, and maybe just a little gap in your lumbar spine. We'll start releasing the shoulders off. So cross your arms about chest height, holding them either towards the elbows or the wrists. And breathing in, you just tap an elbow down to the side. Breathing out, start thinking, drawing your tummy button into your spine to bring you back to the start position, and then over to the other side. And as always, one shoulder might feel a little bit looser than the other. And that's where the position of your hands helps. So holding closer to your wrists will give you immediately more movement through the shoulder area. And holding closer to your elbow will probably give you a little bit of extra stretch and challenge. Certainly I can't get one side down to the floor if I hold close to my elbows. And breathing in to tap, breathing out and start to engage the abdominals to bring you back, and breathing in to go over to the other side. So nice and slowly start focusing on your breath, loosening off the shoulders, being curious, I can't say the word, curious about how your body's feeling tonight and noticing any little aches and pains. And then working within ranges that are comfortable but challenging. So remember, you're keeping most of your body nice and still. It's just the arm moving across the chest and just working through the shoulder joints. And on your next tap down, really engage through your abs and take your arms up around your forehead or over your head, back to the other side, and then back up to the center point. So doing little arm circles, keeping the ribs down, and that's where that abdominal connection really comes into play and starts to fire them up. So everyone's looking very stable, which is good to see this early in the evening. So reversing the direction each time, keeping your hand position where it starts. So again, you might want to find a new placement for this part of the exercise. And really start to use and slow down the breath. Get as much into your lungs as possible. And one more to each side or in each direction. And then you can release your arms back down by your sides or move on to our pelvic tilt. So if you've got any head pads behind your head, take them away for now. And as we breathe out, we think sucking in the tummy button towards the spine to soften the lower back into the mat, and just hover the bottom off the mat ever so slightly, and breathing in to send back to neutral. So you're curling your pubic bone towards you as you breathe out, and breathing in, place it down. Leaving your arms by your sides to start with, keeping it really small, slow and controlled to try and minimize any rocking of the body from side to side, which will naturally happen. But taking that focus, your mind's eye, deep into the abdominal area really starts give you some stability. And also you might want to think about pressing your heels into the mat and think about drawing them towards your pelvis as well. Even though they're not going to move, that pressure down will suddenly fire up the hamstring area as well. And we're gradually working up the body each time a little bit higher. So you're working through the lower back, middle back, and eventually upper back to the big shoulder blades or bra strap level. And then peeling back down again. That's it. So breathing out to peel off and keeping that pubic bone curled towards you at all times until it uncurls at the very, very end. And let's bring the arms into it. So as we breathe out, peeling off, tummy button to spine, curling the pubic bone towards us, reaching the arms to the ceiling. If you want to, you can take them overhead, leave them there as you breathe in, leave them there as you breathe out, softening through the chest, placing the back down, upper back, middle back, lower back. And then as your tailbone hits, you can bring your arms back down by your side, ready to peel off again. Breathing out, tummy button to spine, curl the pubic bone towards you, bringing your arms up towards the ceiling or overhead, reaching as you breathe in, whichever way, and then breathing out, placing your body down, softening through the chest, piece by piece, like a string of pearls. And a couple more, breathing out, curling that pubic bone towards you, peeling up through the lower back, middle back, upper back. Arms come to the ceiling and overhead if you wish. Breathing in, wide and full to hold. Breathe out, leave the arms where they are. Soften through the front of your body, placing the spine down until the very end, unpeeling. Arms by your sides. And final time, peeling off, curling the pubic bone towards you, working through the spine, reaching the arms to the ceiling or overhead. Breath in to hold, breathing out, softening. Imagine the front of your body, placing your spine down piece by piece by piece. Bringing your arms back down by your sides. Reset yourself up. We'll do arm and leg slides. So arms up to the ceiling, turn the palms away. And then tonight, I'm going to ask you just to really draw the shoulders so they're both firmly on the mat. Imagine stopping yourself, going for a wee, engaging through the tummy button, and then sliding one arm behind your head and one leg away, breathing out to return to center. And I found that really anchoring that shoulder into the mat has helped me keep my arms straight and find the mat behind me with my arm a lot easier. I'm obviously very hunched forward normally, and my arm will not find the floor. So finding that width behind you first might be a little bit of assistance. So breathing in to stretch, breathing out to come back, or vice versa. Have a play with the breath. So it's opposite arm and leg, nice and slowly. Although it's a lovely, simple movement that's stretching and mobilizing the joints and finding stability through the abs, you're still using those abdominal muscles deep in your body to control and to keep your back safe as well. So if you feel your back's arching as an arm goes overhead, think about knitting the ribs down, drawing that tummy button into the body a little bit more. I think I said last time, it's almost like a little whirlpool through the tummy button to draw the abs and get the deep transversus muscles fully engaged. One more on each side. And then arms stay back up to the ceiling, and we'll do the same thing with the leg, but this time we're going to nod the chin, curling up, sending a leg away, straightening the arms, and breathing in to return. So breathing out, drawing in the abs to help curl you up, extending and hovering a leg, and back down. You can really make some noise with your breathing. It really helps breathing out every last little bit of air. And remember, keeping a chin nodded. Imagine you've got an orange under there to find length through the back of your neck, minimize any tension. So it's both arms coming down, and imagine it's the back of the arm leading the movement to get the triceps doing a bit of work. As you press down and curl up and extend a leg. One more. And then arms back up to the ceiling. Engage the abs, bring one leg and then the other into tabletop so they start glued together. Same thing. Breathing out, nod the chin, press down with the back of the arms, extend the legs. And return. So again, it's a little curl up. The more you think trying to stop yourself going for a wee and nailing your tummy button through your spine to the mat, squeezing the bottom, the easier it will be on your neck. Nodding the chin, breathing out, extending the leg away, our coordination. And you can imagine where we're going next, can't you? We're aiming for the 100, so bear that in mind. And Hilary, I can't remember if we've done the 100 with you, but we end up beating our arms, extending our legs, so you might want to put legs back on the floor at any point, and anybody who wants to stop and readjust their position, they feel free. So this one, we're going to breathe out, curl up, stay with the legs lifted, and we start beating our arms and breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're beating from the armpits. Your abs are drawing in through your body towards the mat. So if it's too much on your back, bend your knees back into tabletop, keep beating the arms, you're keeping your body still. If it's really too much, you can take your feet to the floor and you can have a hand behind the head, pressing the head into the hands. You're nearly there, everyone, and vice versa. 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, last time, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax, hug your knees in. Oh, marvelous. Good. This is where we're really starting to hot up. So, holding onto your shins in that little ball position, nod your chin, nod your head up towards your knees, push your shins away, slide your hands up towards your knees, and your knees will be slightly angled away from your body, and we'll do our single leg stretch. So, extend one leg, keeping curled up. Tonight, just keep your hands where they are and bring that knee back to the hands. Keep thinking, curling the front of your body towards the knee and not the knee towards the body. And just keep breathing. Let's have a look. Good. That's it, Daniel. Lovely, Sandra. That's it, Emily. Good, 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 Hannah. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Lie back, hug those knees in, have a little rock from side to side if you want to. And we're going to curl up again. So nod the chin, press the shins away to help bring you up into that nice little curl forward. And we'll do double leg stretch. So again, this time slide the knees through your hands. And we're going to take off the top hat and extend the legs, circle the arms around. So you extend in a little V position, keep the chin nodded so you're not crunching your neck at the back. But you're doing what we've done before, extending the legs, extending the arms, and curling forward, extending away and curling forward. Like breathe in to extend, breathe out to curl forward, because that's using your abs to bring you back. Keep your legs high if you think your back is getting pulled, and use your breath. Have a little rest whenever you need to. That's it. Good, Emily. Lovely, Hilary. Well done. Good, Hannah and Lucy. That's it, Sandra. 3 more. You can do it. Use the breath. Keep the chins knotted, keep the abs drawing in. And then when you've finished, hug your knees in and breathe, and remember to smile because we're going to have some fun a bit later on. But for now, take your arms in a nice wide T position on the mat, and we'll do hip rolls. So you can either have your feet flat on the floor, dropping both knees out to one side, keeping as much of the shoulders on the floor as possible, breathing out, coming back to the start and over to the other side. So we're getting lovely stretch through the body. The knees should stay locked together and not slide. You can bring them into tabletop. Breathing out, draw through the abdominals, back to center. If you're feeling comfy there and want the challenge, you can obviously extend the top leg. But again, keep the knees glued together and in line with each other. If there's any sliding going on, take it down a level. And really find, if you're extending a leg, length behind the back of the knee. Really pull it away. That's it. Mandy, keep your head still. You're not looking away. So you're keeping as much of your back and shoulders on the mat as possible, just getting the knees and the hips to move. That's it. Lovely. Make sure there's no tension in the upper shoulders, so there's still space between the shoulders and the ears. Breathing still. Do not forget to breathe. That's it. Good. Keeping the knees glued together. One more on each side. And then your little light relief moment is pretty much over for a short while. So next, our little treat when you've hugged your knees in and had a rest is we're going to do our oblique curl ups, and we're going to work towards doing the crisscross with straight legs. So hands behind the head, and we'll start off very simply by rotating and lifting one knee and placing it down, and then reversing or going to the other side. So our marching feet, the top half, think about the armpits leading the movement, so your elbows stay nice and wide. Nice and simple to start with, but obviously the more we do, the harder it gets. Thinking rotating first and curling up. Breathing out to curl up, armpit to knee, and back down again. One more on each side. And then let's mix it up a bit. So we're going to stay curled up to one side. So we're going to curl up towards the leg that's lifting off the ground. And we're going to stay there, curl up a little bit higher if you can, and extend and bend that leg for 10. Keep breathing, keep curling up, back elbow and armpit away from you, front armpit reaching towards that knee, abs curling down into the body. So we're getting some work through the leg and through the obliques. When you've done 10, obviously lie back and change sides. Trying to keep the base of the bottom on the floor, which is the challenge. Good. So set yourself up, rotate towards and lift, and then extend and bend the lower leg. Keep breathing. It's all looking very simple. You're a strong bunch of people. Lovely, Mandy. Well done. Good. Ali, can you curl up a little bit more? No? Okay. That's good, everyone. When you're done, hug your knees in. And then our next progression, same thing. So we're going to curl towards the lifted bent leg, extend it and extend the underneath leg. We're going to stay up there and we're going to lift and lower the underneath leg for 10. When I say the underneath leg, the opposite leg. So you want to try and get real length behind the back of the knees, curling around and holding, and then come back down. Set yourself up again, rotating round, lifting and lowering. The leg in line with the mat. So all the time drawing in through the tummy button, rotating with those obliques, curling up as high as you can. Keeping the body as stable as you can while you lift and lower that leg. That's it, Emily. Lovely. Good work, Hilary. Lovely, Barbara. I was watching Hannah. You were doing brilliantly. That's it, Sandra. Good. And then when you've done 10 on both sides, again, hug your knees in. And our final progression, I would say we start in tabletop, pick a side to curl towards, and then we're going to scissor from side to side, trying to keep curled up the whole time, thinking about the armpit rotating behind us, tummy button sinking through the body towards the mat. Now this will really get you into a sweat. So this is slow it down. So we're not pulling the back. We're drawing really slowly through the abdominals and through the obliques. If you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. Do a few, have a rest. Do a few more. All about getting that control through your limbs from those abdominal muscles. Well done. And then when you've had enough, or you think you've done 10, hug your knees in. Have a moment to breathe. Brilliant. Well done. Oh, it's never going to be as hard as that, is it, again? Not tonight. I wouldn't be that cruel, would I? So light relief. Let's roll like a ball, assuming everybody's flooring is suitable. Nod the chin. Use a bit of momentum to roll yourself up to that balance point. So feet together, knees slightly wide apart if you need to, and then rolling back without smashing your head on the floor, so just the shoulders, using the abs to curl you back up again. So the whole point is to stay in that little C-curve position. If you're not confident and don't want to do this because it's hard on the back and practicing the balance, maybe Hilary, because this is new for you, start with your feet on the floor, lift them off so you're balancing, and then just challenge your balance. So you're sliding your tailbone away from you and then coming back up a little bit higher. Just practice finding the balance. Couple more rolls, big smiles, big laughs. You can't do anything else but laugh doing this one. That's it. Lovely, Mandy. Good. Oh, okay. Then when we're done, let's roll over onto our sides. and do some lovely side work. We're going to start with double leg lift. So think about hip bone over hip bone, shoulder over shoulder. So you might want to draw the underneath arm a little bit closer towards you. And if you need a pad between your arm and your head for comfort, do. Angle your feet so you can just see them out of the corner of your eye, hand along the body, a little bit of length or in front of you for balance. And from here, breathing out, keeping the legs glued together. Hover the head ever so slightly, hover the legs, breathing in, slowly place them down. So you're thinking about the legs drawing into the body, but your underneath waist is drawing up. So it's a sort of a funny one. We always used to be taught to think length as you come up, but it's trying to get that connection through the hip as well. So whichever bit of imagery works for you. So you're trying not to rock forward or back with the body. You're using your underneath leg to do a lot of the heavy lifting. That's it. So thinking about the inner thighs glued together. Feet, remember, are just hanging at the end of the leg, so they're not doing anything to help. That's it. Lovely. Good. So breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. And again, just notice your body. If you suddenly find you're shifting into the mat as you lift the legs, think length away, because you want to stay with that underneath waist engaged with a little gap to keep you nice and stable, relaxing through the shoulders. One more. And then lift the top leg to hip height, keep it there. Perhaps point the foot tonight so you feel that extra length, and then lift and lower the underneath leg again. Think the inner thigh squeezing up. And if you need that hand in front for balance, ever so lightly, don't grip for dear life. So breathing out to squeeze the underneath leg up, breathing in to lower. Keeping it straight. That's it. Good. Everyone's looking really stable tonight. This is fantastic. 2 more. And then stay in that position, lift the top leg back to hip height, point the toe, really point the toe to extend the leg. And we'll do a hot potato, so you probably will want a hand in front for balance. So the top edge of or the side of your foot, little toe side is pointing to the ceiling. It stays pointing to the ceiling as you do 2 taps in front, lift it up, 2 taps behind. So you're lifting your leg as high as you possibly can without changing the direction of the foot. So you start to get a lovely burn through the glute area, through the hip area, depending how flexible you are. Will depend how high you can get the leg. And I still think shoulders nice and relaxed, abs drawing into the body. So your foot position is pretty much if you were standing upright with feet pointing forward. It doesn't change. So you soon get tired, but never fear, there will be a change coming up. 1 more in front and 1 more behind. Lift the leg back up to hip height, then flex the foot and turn the toes towards the ceiling, and you're going to lead with the heel this time. So 2 taps down, the toes stay pointing to the ceiling as you tap behind. So this time, it's as if you were standing like Charlie Chaplin. And that foot position doesn't change that way. So you've got to keep your legs straight, straight, straight. It's hard work. And so I'm feeling your pain, Hannah. Wow, you're getting your legs so high. I'm so jealous. It's really not fair. That's it, good. There's going to be a little bit of ouchiness happening, I'm sure, if you're anything like me. Remember, relax the shoulders, keep smiling, keep breathing. Couple more. That's it, Hilary. Good. One more behind, and then you can sort of relax. So if you've got cushion or head block, grab it and have it so it's a little bit further behind, because we'll do our lovely chest release. So bring your knees up and your shins in line with the front of your mat, arms out in front, palms facing each other. That's your good position. And again, give that top hip a little bit of a press away so you're not sunk into the mat. You're nice and proud and strong. Then breathing in to lift the arm towards the ceiling. Breathe out, leave the pelvis and the knees where they are. So it's just rotating through the ribs, through the waist area. And then on your next out breath, use the abs and the side muscles to bring your arm back round to the start. And again, breathing in to lift the arm to the ceiling, breathing out, rotate the ribs, take the arms behind you, watching as it goes. It might not reach the floor, mine doesn't go anywhere near the floor. Breathing out to bring it back. And do a few more of these as a lovely release and stretch. So keeping those knees glued together. Only go as far as your ribs will take you. Mandy, bring your knees up a little bit further towards your chest. That's it, yeah. So everyone imagine they're sitting in a chair, very much upright, feet on the floor, knees, hips. Lovely. We'll do one more of these. Good. Hopefully it feels lovely and relaxing. And then keeping the legs glued together, angle them down so your knees are diagonally away from you and your feet are in line with your bottom. Come up onto your forearm. Think about lifting the underneath waist and finding that length in the neck to the shoulder, and we will do the shell from here. So you're focusing on breathing out to open the knee just to the point that you can hold and don't rock the body. And all the time thinking, drawing up through that underneath waist. The space through your neck and shoulder. So breathing out to open and breathing in to close. So you're squeezing an orange under that armpit to get those side muscles working. That's it, good. 2 more, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, and breathing in. And if you're happy to, take it up a level. So we're doing a little side plank on our forearm. You might need to shuffle around. And the same thing. So breathing out, breathing in. All the time, you've got that underneath waist, drawing away from the mat, a lovely long length through the top of your body, just opening the knee and closing. So although it's quite uncomfy, it's quite a nice position to be because you are naturally restricted if it's anything like my leg. And it's almost highlighting how you want to feel when you're doing it in our standard position. And 2, and 1. and relax. Give the hip a little bit of love and then scoot over. We'll do the other side, starting with our double leg lift. So nice and long. Remember, hip over hip, shoulder over shoulder. Just make sure you can see your feet out of the corner of your eye, breathing out when you're ready to lift and hover. Breathing in to place yourself back down. And again, be curious with your body. Notice whether this side is easier, more stable, or a little bit more challenging to control. And focus on breathing out underneath legs, doing that heavy lifting of both legs. Any tension in the neck, looking towards the mat, just to take any pressure off the neck. And that underneath waist is drawing up. Lovely, good, Hannah. Beautiful, Lucy. Good, Sandra. That's really stable. Good, Emily. That's it, Ali. Dara, be careful your legs don't come behind you. That's it, Daniel. Just angle them ever so slightly forward. Oh, 2 more. Final one. Then lift that top leg to hip height, stretch it away, point the foot, and then lift and lower the underneath leg, thinking about the inner thigh, squeezing up. And keep your head down, shoulders nice and relaxed. Still think tummy button, that nice little vortex sucking in like a plug hole or a whirlpool. Underneath waist, drawing up away from the mat into the body as well. Nice and slow. That's lovely, Hannah. Lovely, Barbara. That's it, Hilary. Brilliant. I can see that you're not rocking there at all. Good. Remember, shoulders relaxed. Nearly there. 2 more. And then we do our hot potato. So keep that top leg at hip height. Point the toe away so the little toe is reaching up to the ceiling. 2 taps in front. Scoot it high. 2 taps behind. And again, trying to keep the body as stable as possible. Keeping it on the floor. I'm just sitting up so I can see what's going on. That's it. So you're keeping your body stable. Try not to sink into the mat as you lift the leg. Think lengthening away before you lift. So you keep your body as rock solid as you possibly can, and it's just the leg moving in the hip joint. Good. Wonderful. 1 more in front. 1 more behind, and then stop, extend the leg away, flex the foot, turn it out. So the big toes are pointing to the ceiling and tap down with the heel, keep the big toes up to the ceiling. Charlie Chaplin feet. Remember to breathe, remember to smile, shoulders relaxed, tummy's drawing in, underneath waists, body nice and secure. Feel the burn, as Jane Fonda used to say in my youth. That's it, lovely. 2 more in front and behind. And then bend your knees up. Put your lovely head blocks where you can roll onto them. So remember, you're sitting in that old-fashioned dining room chair, knees at 90 degrees. And you breathe in to lift an arm. Breathe out, focus on the ribs sliding around to take the arm towards the find you as far as your ribs will go only. And on your next out breath, draw those ribs back. So the real focus is on the oblique muscles and the deep transversus muscles of the abdominal area. Watch your arm go. But keeping that bottom half of your body rock solid, glued to the mat. And focus very much on that rotation through the ribs, through the waist. All that work we did with the oblique curl up and crisscross, same thing. Good. That's it. Still thinking underneath waist, drawing away from the mat. One more lovely one. So if you want to make it a little bit slower and just have a lovely breath with that open position. And then coming back. And then we find our little side plank starting position. Heels in line with bum, knees angled away, drawing up that underneath waist, and ready to breathe out to open the knee, breathe in to close. And again, you're keeping the whole of the body stable, pelvis stable, so hips facing forward, just opening the knee to the point that you have to sort of stop it from just moving your whole body. So again, thinking away and up. That's it, Ali, good. Hope, Daniel, you can feel the difference, yeah. 2 more. Final one. And then shifting, so you're drawing, imagining you've got a hoist under your waist to lift you up. Same thing, balanced on that lower leg. And again, don't sink into the shoulders, think nice and proud, and that's where that underneath waist, lifting away, orange under the armpit, space between the ear and the upper shoulder, really important. Breathing out, breathing in. Couple more. Final one. Then sit. Oh, lovely. Okay, we'll do some more rotation. So we'll do a lovely spine twist first. Ideally, legs nice and long, again, glued together. Feet can be flexed. And you want that 90-degree position above the hips. If it's too much, bend the knees or come and sit on a pad if you find you grip in the front of your hips. Arms out to the side and they stay in that position. I want you to think about stopping yourself going for a wee, because you will start to feel the pelvic floor and the deep muscles working. Breathing in as you turn your upper body one way, breathing out, sucking in through the tummy button to bring you back to center. Breathing out to center. Breathing in to rotate and breathing out to center. Your feet should not shift. And again, it's just the upper body moving. Your arms go where your ribs go. Your head should stay in the middle of your body. It's really easy just to turn your head towards your shoulder. And I was probably doing that as I was demonstrating, which was bad, 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 girl. And the more you think, stopping yourself going for a wee, I find, or I have found this week experimenting, the straighter I found I was able to sit. That's it. Good, Emily. Well done, Hilary. Keep the arms up. Imagine they're resting on a shelf. They don't move. One more in each direction, because I know it gets hideous. Stay in whatever position you're sitting and bring your arms forward. Again, stopping yourself going for a wee. We're going to nod the head. Keep the arms at the same height that they start. Nod the head through the arms. Reach your body forward towards your toes. And then peel back up. So breathing out, sucking your tummy into the body to make space. Reaching your fingers towards your toes, but they don't drop. Getting your spine stretched forward. So finding some width through the shoulders. Breathing out, rolling forward. Reaching as far as you can. Imagine someone's got their hands around your waist, they're pulling that back and you're reaching everything forward to get real intensity of movement and stretch. That's it, good. Lovely, Lucy. Good, Hannah. That's it, Mandy. Couple more. Good, Sandra. That's it, Barbara. Lovely. Well done, Daniel. That's it. Good, Ali. One more. And let's put all of those movements together. Separate the legs so it's a nice wide V and arms towards the outside of the legs for our saw. So again, stopping yourself going for a wee position. Swing the arm round, nod the head, reach one arm towards the little toe to saw it off. Peel back up, center. Breathe in to rotate the other way. Breathe out, reach for the little toe. Breathe in to restack and out to center. So again, your legs don't move, your feet don't move, both bum cheeks stay glued to the mat, which is really hard. And you're thinking, spiraling up to the ceiling every time you come to that center point. So nice and slow, rolling through the spine, rolling back up again. If it's too much, you can bend your knees, trying to stay as upright as possible in the middle, nice and tall. And really reach the arm behind you as you're reaching for your little toe as well forward. So you're getting that opposition stretch away. Beautiful. That's it. Lovely, Barbara. Nice width in the shoulders. One more in each direction. You're doing flipping marvelous work. When you've done your last one, give everything a little bit of a shake and we'll roll over onto our fronts to get some extension through the back. So we've done a lot of abdominal, oblique and flexion forward. So you want to extend the upper back and we'll start with our lovely cobra. So just think of turning your feet out, separating your legs so your inner thighs and the big toe joints are on the mat, hovering or resting the forehead on a pad. Draw the elbows towards you. Think squeezing an orange under the armpit. Squeeze the bum and either stay nice and low, keeping the chin nodded, or if you want to and happy to, extend the arms and then come back down and slide the arms away again. Everything's happening at the shoulder level. And you're lifting your heart up through your throat, almost through the crown of your head to find that beautiful stretch through tummy button all the way up the front of your body. There should be nothing pinching in your very lower back. If anything's hurting down just above your bum, keep that extension lower. Sandra, you keep the hands on the floor. So just bend the elbows so your hands are coming towards you. So when they're just about forehead level, then you can press into the hands to lift up a little bit. That's it. And as the heart lifts, the big shoulder blades separate and slide down your back, so you're trying to do a little back bend, almost, from the very upper back, counteracting sitting down, working at a computer, hunched over the phone, finding width through the front of the body and extending backwards. That's it. Finish the one you're on. If you need to sit back into a shell stretch child pose in between, please do. When you're ready and happy, legs a little bit more in parallel, so the front of the feet are facing the floor, arms extended in a diagonal still. Squeeze the bum, lift the legs, hover the arms, and tap down opposite arm and leg, ready for our swimming. If it's too much, stay down and lift opposite arm and leg. That's it. Then have a little rest, because I want to change the arms. So same swimming legs. Legs will be up and down, but with the arms, do breaststroke. So you send the arms straight forward. You lift your chest to take your arms round in a circle behind you. Bend the elbows. Hover comes back down as you reach the arms forward. So nice and slowly. Otherwise, it really is sort of. So imagine you're swimming in that beautiful Caribbean Sea, or wherever your happy place is. Crystal clear waters, watching the fish. Little bit of coordination. Again, you shouldn't feel anything in the lower back. If you do, just take it down, make it slower and smaller. Couple more. And when you've done, then you sit back in, feet together, aim your bottom to the heels, stretch the front, stretching your arms away. And then scoot over, and we'll finish, because I had so many more things to do, but I will spare you those, but I will not spare you our half rollbacks, because we've not done them for ages, it feels like. So feet flat on the floor, arms out in front of you, find some width through the shoulders, you're sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to breathe in and hinge with a flat back. Breathe out, send the tailbone away from you. Take it down so your lower back is on the floor and you're flexed forward if you can. And we're going to play the accordion. We're going to open the arms as we breathe in, breathe out, squeeze them together. Breathe in to open, breathe out, squeeze them together. Final time, breathe in to open, breathe out, squeeze them together, curl forward, and allow yourself to curl all the way forward. Sit nice and tall, ready to breathe into hinge. Breathe out, send your tailbone underneath you, finding the lower back on the floor. Breathing in to open the arms, breathe out, squeeze them. Staying down, you're having to work through the abdominals to keep you stable. Final time, nice and slowly, breathing out, sucking in through the abdominals and curling forward in light relief. One more set for me. So starting upright, breathing into hinge back, breathe out, curl back, aim the lower back towards the floor. You've got to hold really hard to Hold yourself there, open and close. Oh, good. Lovely. Final time, then forward. And we'll finish with obliques, but not in a nasty way, so don't worry. So we're going to breathe out and sweep the floor behind us. Breathe in to sit tall. Breathe out, sweep the other side. Breathe in to sit tall. Breathing out. Try and go back a little bit further each time. You won't go as far as you did on that first set. And again, think about keeping both bum cheeks on the floor, and it's the upper body and the arm gracefully rotating and coming back up. That's it, lovely. One more on each side. And then I will allow you to sit nice and tall. If you need to, hold on to the back of your thighs and slide your tailbone away. We're going to finish lying down for some stretching out. So just rolling back onto the mat. Take your legs either side of the mat, feet on the floor, so your knees up to the ceiling on wide hip rolls. Either arms nice and wide or behind your head. Drop one knee to the floor, then the other knee to the first leg's ankle, and turn away from your knees. So you're getting a cross body stretch, opening the hip flexor of that second leg. And just breathe through that. Oh, the lovely wide hip rolls. And then on your next out breath, tummy button drawing into the body to bring those knees back to the ceiling and over to the other side. So one knee to the floor first, second knee towards that first leg's ankle, looking away. And I have to really focus on that second leg to get that stretch to really kick in a little bit further than you think. Back up to center, using your abs to bring those knees back to the ceiling and then over to the other side again one more time. That's it. Back to the center. Use the abs to pull the knees and over to the other side. One knee first, then the other. So you should feel a beautiful stretch through that hip flexor. Good. And bring them back to the center. And then you can cross one ankle over the other knee or just above the knee. Hug the underneath leg in. And we're trying to find a stretch through the bottom. So if you need to use your elbow to sort of press the top knee away from you a bit more, feel free. And again, just direct your breath. Think about where your breath is going. Send it into the side of your bum and your hips. I've done a lot of work tonight, as well as your abs. And then extend the underneath leg towards the ceiling. Flex the foot to get a little bit more hamstring stretch. Draw that underneath leg towards you a little bit more if you can. Keeping as much of the pelvis and the bum on the floor as you can. Couple more moments of breathing. And then bend the underneath leg, uncross the legs and go to the other side. So cross the ankle above the knee, draw the underneath leg in, press your elbow into the thigh to get some more stretch around the bottom area. And again, I'm really thinking about that breath, reaching those muscles to help them relax. And then straighten the underneath leg, flex the foot, draw it in towards your body a little bit more. And directing my breath through the hamstrings, through the calf, into the heel. And then bend the knees. Bring them back down, feet flat on the floor, and we'll release the shoulders as we started with shoulders. So both arms up towards the ceiling. Allow the arms to be heavy in the shoulders. So again, they're flat on the floor, and unscrew light bulbs. A little bit of rotation through the shoulders. Release any tension that may have crept in as you've worked really hard. And then think about giving yourselves a hug, reaching your hands either side of you towards the mat. So again, stretching through the shoulder area, through the back of the shoulders. Open out into a T. And then give yourself a hug the other way. Reaching either side of the mat. If you can, you might not be able to reach the mat. One more, opening out. And do one more hug each way. Beautiful stretch. Open into a T, final time. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And then you can definitely relax and flump. It's done for another week. You are fantastic.